Hey guys, Kaz here, and today I'm doing the next video in a little installment of videos that I've been doing over the past like year, I would say. So I don't know exactly how long ago, but around a year ago I looked at all the books on my TBR that I still had from 2020 that I hadn't read, because 2020 was the start of when I did my spreadsheet, so it's easy for me to actually look because I keep it all written down. And then however many months after that I did 2021 books, and then this video is about all the books that I have on my TBR still from 2022 that are not read, and hopefully the little reminder will kick me in the arse to, you know, read them. So first of all, I had a little look on my spreadsheet, and in 2022 I hold 78 books and I've read 87% of them. So that, in terms of books, means I have 10 books here to show you today. And there is a little bit of a theme for quite a few of them, so I should actually, you know, get these books read instead of just keep buying them all. But let's just get into it. So we have one book from January, and that is The Last Keeper by J.V. Hilliard. This one I got sent by the, well, kind of by the author, but also by the editor. So Dane, who is here on YouTube, on BookTube, helped edit this book, and then he emailed me and was like, hey, do you want this book this book that I edited? And I was like, sure, send it along. And then, you know, it's been 2 years, 2.5 years if you're counting, and I haven't read it yet, so maybe I should. But also at the same time, more books in the series have come out now, so if I do enjoy it, I don't have to wait for the next ones. It's a great excuse, but I just haven't read it. It seems to follow several different characters, so I'm gonna guess it's like, over here we're doing this stuff, and the next chapter over here we're doing that stuff. There's a dude that's blind that can see prophecies. There's an elven princess, and then there's another guy, a terrifying force of evil. So maybe there's not a good another guy, that's just the evil. So yeah, seeing visions of evil, an elven princess, magic, fantasy, all that jazz. That's what I know. And I did have a look on Goodreads, and there are 3 books out, and there's another one confirmed, so I don't know how long the series is going to be. But yeah, this is the first book on the list. Next we're going to jump all the way to May, and I have 2 books from May. Both of these books I got at the same place. So it's these 2. It is The Diary of that's not what it says there. The Roald Amundsen Diaries, The South Pole Expedition 1910 to 1912, and Farthest North. So this one is by Fridtjof Nansen. This one, I think it's just from the Fram Museum, so yeah. So basically I got these from Fram Museum, which is in Oslo in Norway. So I did get like 4 or 5 books from there, so I have read some of them, and technically I have started this one as well. So like, I'm not reading this one, I'm using it as, let me just show you. So I'm using this as like, if the light's going to change, there we go. I'm using this to highlight stuff. I'm actually like physically reading the first editions that I have of Farthest North, which is from the 1800s, the 1890s, and then like going along with this one and using this one to highlight stuff that I want to highlight. So I'm like kind of partly in it, but also I have not picked it up for quite a while, so I do need to carry on with this. So yeah, there's that one, and then this one I've just not read yet, Roald Amundsen Diaries. And yeah, I don't know why, I'm enjoying all of the polar stuff, as you know. I just haven't got around to these ones. Kind of started but not finished. And then this one, I do need to read this one because it's literally the diaries of Roald Amundsen when he was there, so it'll be really interesting. Oh, that's just all pictures. It'll be really interesting to like see what he was saying. So yes. Another one that is also from May, a bit later on when I was not in Norway, is this one. And this is the Leopold Files, Leopold Mysteries Book 3 by Dane Cobain, the Dane that I mentioned earlier. I picked this one up and the second book at the same time. I read the second book either earlier this year or last year, I can't remember which one, but I've read it like quite recently, so I do need to read book 3 because I did enjoy it. This is a murder mystery series. It follows this detective Leopold, and each book is about a different murder, and then try to figure out what's going on. So yeah, I'm normally very like not sure about like detective books, which when I first got the first book in this series, it took me quite a while to read it because I was like, he's my friend, what if I don't like his book? But then I was actually quite surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and then I put off book 2 for ages, and then I read it and I was like, this is really good, why do I keep just putting them off? So hopefully I should actually read book 3 soon. I don't really know what's going on in here, but do I want to read it? No, I like the mystery. What? Something about a mystery and death and stuff, probably. And then we have 2 books from June. The first one being this, All the Stuff in the World by Eric J. Brown. And it's another one, basically all of these books. I don't know why I haven't read this yet. I have had it since 2022. This is like an apocalyptic end of the world thing. And it sounds really good. And I've heard some people say that it's really good. And there's a sequel out now for it. So I really need to read it, basically. Because it sounds like it's going to be good. And it's like 2 guys and then they're surviving and stuff. And yeah, why haven't I read it yet? I don't know, because I feel like it's going to be really good. I'll read it eventually, probably, hopefully soon. What does soon mean? Who knows? And to figure out the second book, well, we're halfway through, so you'll have to come back after the sponsors. So here's some cats. Oh, the lovely bed. And then I had something wrapped in glass, and she needed the paper. Made sure to put a paper back this morning because, as we know, paper is more comfortable than bed, isn't it? So the second book from my June haul I still haven't read is The Kon-Tiki Man by Thor Heyerdahl, and this is non-fiction, and I don't know exactly, it says the book of the major TV series. I've not watched the TV series, but basically I have not talked about it in recent times, but if you're here from many years ago, so Thor Heyerdahl was a Norwegian explorer guy, and he did all this cool stuff with like building boats and rafts out of materials that they would have used back in the day, and then chucking it on the sea and getting on it and then hoping that he could actually not die and sail across and figure out where he thought people might have migrated from and all that sort of stuff. So really cool, really interesting. But this is a bit later on. He's older here. He did a lot of stuff in like Papua New Guinea. I don't even really know what this is about. Obviously it's about the TV show, whatever that is. I think it's like retracing his most famous voyages. Obviously Kon-Tiki, Ra, Tigris, Easter Island, yeah, I did a bunch of stuff about that. Pyramids in Peru, all sorts of stuff. He just did all the things. So yeah, saw it in a charity shop and I thought I'm having that. And now I should read it. And then the last 4 are all from different months. So the first one from August is Endurance by F.A. Wordsley. I said there was a theme, right? And like, I own loads of polar books and I've read quite a few of them, but also I just keep buying more, so I haven't read all of them. Yeah, polar books is a theme on here. I should actually read them all now. I will still keep buying them. But this is the Endurance book that F.A. Wordsley, who was the captain on the ship, wrote. I've read other books about Endurance. Spoiler, you'll see another one coming up in here, because it's a really interesting, cool story, and I want to read this one. This is like my top priority of the Endurance ones, because it's written by the guy who was there. I have read the Shackleton Boats Journey by F.A. Wordsley. This is like just about the journey after the Endurance sank and they were in little boats and like going across the open sea in these tiny boats and existing and living for several days, just like trying to find solid ground. But this is the whole story, so it's going to be on the boat, the Endurance boat, not the mini boats, and then the Endurance gets stuck and then the Endurance starts sinking and it sinks, and then I'm sure it'll also go into some of the after stuff as well with the boats and stuff, but in a different way. So yes, this one is the main, like the top priority of the Endurance books I have, because I do have several, because I do very much enjoy it, and if I see it for cheap I will buy it because it is a thing that I very much enjoy. One book from September, and that is Bright Will Burn by Kirsten White. Is this the 3rd book in this series? Yeah, the 3rd book in the And I Darken saga. So I have all 3 of these now, so it is a series I want to read. I have the whole thing, so what I want to like read, bang bang bang. I don't want it to be another one of those series where I start the first book and then like a year later I do the second one and half the stuff I've forgotten. So that is why I'm like, bang, the whole series. Hopefully I enjoy it. And yeah, I don't want to look at the back of this because it will have spoilers on, because it's the 3rd book in the series. But I say I can't even remember what it's about. It's like Vlad the Impaler retelling, sort of like, not necessarily retelling, but also have them vibes, I think. But this girl, I think, honestly I can't remember, but also I like not knowing stuff. I just want to read it and then enjoy it, hopefully. and then read the whole series. This one's quite impressive because I only have one from October, and October is famously the month that I get the most books in because it's my birthday month, but I only have one that I've not read from 2022, and that is Black Men's Beating by Alex London. I don't even know if... Is this a series? Is it a start of a series? Oh, in a trilogy. It's the first book of a trilogy. So basically, I've read Alex London's other books, Proxy and Guardian. This is sci-fi, really enjoyed that, which is why I got this one, because I feel like I'm going to really enjoy it, hopefully. And I can't remember anything about what this book is about. Oh, it's about a falconer and twins and a solitary killer. That's all I need to know. So yeah, this is another one. I don't know why I haven't read it yet, because when I got it, I was really intrigued. I'm really interested in reading it. And then, like, the whole time I've owned it, I've been really interested and intrigued to own it, to read it. But I've just not got around to it yet. Sometimes it's because I'm not in the mood for stuff. Obviously, I've been slumpy the past few months, but that's no excuse for the whole 2 years. But then, like, I'll have readathons and it won't be able to fit into readathons, or I'll do the Scrabble TBR and I don't get the letters, all these different things. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I really hope I enjoy it when I do. And then last but not least, from November, this will come to no shock or surprise because I literally already mentioned it. It's another book called Endurance, this time by Alfred Lansing. It's a book about endurance. Words, pictures, about... I like polar stuff, okay? I haven't read this one yet though. I should. I will at some point. Don't really need to say much about this one because I pretty much already explained what endurance is from earlier. So yes, those are the 10 books that I still have on my TBR from 2022. At some point in the future, probably next year now, because I like to give quite a big gap in these videos, I will talk about the books from 2023 that I still have to read. And yeah, I like doing this because it does make me think about the books and how long I've had them and be like, oh yeah, I really want to read that book. Because so many of these books I'm so interested and excited to read, but I just haven't yet because so many books exist. So yes, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know a book that you've had for quite a while down below that, like, you don't know why you haven't read it yet, but you also haven't read it yet. Say some words down there and I'll reply. It's what it's there for. Do the things if you want. Like if you want, comment if you want, subscribe if you want, but only if you want. And yes, I'll be back in a few days with another video. Bye.